Just a few words then about the UFC Live on Versus 4. Ricardo Lamas did really well. Very pleased with his victory there. That was over Matt Grice. Charles Oliveira versus Nick Lentz. In the first round it was quite interesting because they were both attempting submissions and both not quite making it. In the second, there was an illegal knee from Charles to Nick. Now, Nick was actually quite dazed, I think, by that. And the referee, Chip Snyder, didn't see it. Unfortunately, this gives Oliveira the advantage. He went into an RNC and got a tap out from Lentz. Now it's funny because although nobody has raised anything with the Athletic Commission, the State Athletic Commission actually noticed what was going on and are doing an investigation themselves. Now I don't think they can rule it a disqualification because Lentz tapped out, but I do think they can rule it a no contest under the guise that had there not been an illegal knee, Nick Lentz wouldn't have been caught in that RNC for certain, and therefore the result is FUBAR. Hopefully they do that. I do feel very bad for Nick Lentz there, because you can't say he was dominating the first round, but I think he was giving as good as he was getting, and the result could have been different had that not happened. Rich Antonito, he won his bout. Joe Lozon beat Kurt Warburton, no problem, so he is definitely back. Although I suppose he's never been gone. It feels to me like we haven't seen him in ages, but there we are. No problem for him. Javier Vasquez beat Joe Stevenson, and I haven't actually heard what's happened with Joe Stevenson after this. It was a decision victory, but there we are. Tyson Griffin won, again a decision. Matt Mitrione and Christian Moorcraft. I did wonder if I had underestimated Christian Moorcraft in going for Matt Mitrione, but I hadn't. No, Matt Mitrione did extremely well. He, according to Sherdog, he won the first round, and he got a knockout in the second round. I have in fact met him at the UFC 120 Fan Expo. The disappointment of the night for me was over the John Howard Matt Brown match. It's not that I don't like Matt Brown, it's that I was a bit disappointed with John Howard. I thought he was better, and the fight looked better on paper than that. Now the main and co-main events changed at the 11th hour. Nathan Marquardt failed his medicals, and he ended up getting sacked. There's things going around about testosterone replacement therapy or something like that. My best advice, because I don't actually train, I don't know what a lot of that sort of stuff is about. My best advice would be, supplements are okay, but I wouldn't go to anything that's extreme. And I have to say, in this day and age, with the UFC just merged with WEC, loads of new fighters, you're not going to get a second chance. If you pee them off, they can probably get rid of you, and it will do you more harm than good. So although it looks like it's, they might have acted with Nathan Marquardt, I think fighters should expect that sort of thing now. They ought to be very careful. So he dropped out. Rick Story then fought Charlie Brenneman. Unfortunately, Rick Story didn't win. Now, it was a wrestling match, this, but I'm told from somebody who saw it, because I did not watch this one, that it was a very, very good match. So, you ought to possibly watch that if you haven't. This left Patrick Barry and Jake Congo up as the main event. And what a night. It's interesting because it was all over within the first round. And at 2 points in the first round, Patrick Barry, who had dominated Cheick Kongo, looked to finish. The first time, I don't think it was close. The second time, there was an argument for stopping the bout. I don't think there was cause to, but I could see how some people might think that Cheick Kongo had been sort of should have been the fight should have been ended in Barry's favour at that time. They call it a comeback, but it wasn't really a comeback. What it was Barry managed to really get Cheick Kongo to the edge, and then Cheick Kongo. I would say it was a lucky punch, because I don't think that you could possibly, if you were that rocked, be able to get that sort of punch without it being at least a little bit lucky. Not untalented, but I think it was, circumstantial to say the least. And basically, Cheick Kongo just knocked him out. It was very, very bizarre. I think Pat Barry, because it was so exciting, he's not in any danger with that loss. But that was really an exciting fight. Didn't quite go the way I wanted it to, but I'm not too. I don't think personally that the fight should have been stopped before in Barry's favour, but there are people that are saying that, so I thought I would mention that, and that is my recap video. My fighter of the card, I'm going to say, is Pat Barry anyway. So there we are.